but I don't think that was too serious. As we see Vengeful Spirit going on for some harass, but PGG just takes it like a man and just harasses the Vengeful Spirit back. So that run was a little bit ineffective, and that's going to leave Invoker to get some early XP that he might normally not be able to do. Because, you know, Earthshaker can't really harass, and Visage has to focus on last hitting to get that farm up. Because the Sentinel team really needs quite a few items, while the Scourge team really needs sort of that team fight items. They need the mechanism, they need the pipe, they need, you know, 4 staffs, ring Basilius, maybe a Vlad's to help push with the Chen creeps. So it's going to be interesting to see how this fares out. Meanwhile, we see that Crystalmane and Chen are going to scout out the jungle, scare away the Sentinel team back a little bit, and let's see how God's doing. God is at 2-1. I mean, that doesn't really mean too much in the first minute and a half of the game. And looks like Beastmaster is handling himself pretty well against Vigoss. Vigoss should have the natural lane advantage, but I mean, look at Beastmaster's farm. 7 compared to 2 on Vigoss, so well played by Reese so far. I forgot to introduce the Sentinel players. We have Wagga on the Templar Assassin, Reese on the Beastmaster, I think, no, Enter God Mode on the Visage, where's Minis on the Earthshaker, and Smuggling on the Vengeful Spirit. So that's pretty much a standard team without Panther spot for Druids, and they're going to go for a dive on the Invoker. Visage casts his nuke off really early so he can, because it has a ridiculously short cooldown, but Crystalmane does a nice job focusing the Visage and preventing him from keep chasing the Invoker, and looks like Earthshaker is in a little bit of trouble, but nope, he's going to get away just fine. So a little bit of harass back and forth. Invoker can regen pretty well, and Visage already had to use the salve, so pretty well done by M5 in the early stages of the game. Meanwhile, Chen, of course, is farming, trying to get that crucial level 5, because until then, he can only get 1 creep. And meanwhile, Venomancer seems to be holding his own against Templar Assassin, 4-4 compared to 6 creep kills. And Venomancer really just needs to get a little bit tanky and get his wards up, get Poison Nova to a decent level, preferably level 11. Meanwhile, Vigoss is having some fun with Reese, but Reese is having less up because he has much more creep kills. Looks like Vigoss knows that he's losing the lane a little bit, so he's going to sort of harass rather than focus on the farm for a little bit and help control the lane a little bit more. So yeah, I'm going to be interested to see when exactly Moscow 5 decides to start pushing. I'm going to guess that once they get maybe a level 6 on their Venomancer, when he has Poison Nova, they're going to probably gank mid or something and try to kill the TA and push mid. I don't think they'll be able to push bottom in any sort of way because Beastmaster is getting a lot of levels and has pretty good farm already. And top, of course, it's going to be hard to push against Earthshaker, and it's going to be hard to gank when Vengeful Spirit's constantly providing line of sight. But Vengeful Spirit, in fact, did roam to the mid lane, so trying to get TA a little bit more farm. And TA's a really strong mid-game hero, of course, provides a lot of burst damage with Meld Refraction, and once she gets a Blink Dagger, she becomes an absolute terror on the map. And let's see, looks like the Hawk spotted the Invisible Rune, and Vigoss is actually going to pick that up and kill the Hawk. So, sad day for Beastmasters everywhere. I play Beastmasters, so I'm always sad to see a bird die. It's a little bit depressing. Anyway, God up top is 7-5 compared to Enter God Mode 12-4, so the slight, just the presence of the other 2 supports has scared God away from getting the lane. And what's up, everybody? I'm back, and sorry about the technical difficulties, but my mouse battery's actually died. I'm using a wireless mouse right now, and I'm probably going to get a corded mouse pretty soon, so that should be fixed. So let's get right back into the game. I think I was talking about Invoker and how the Quaslux build doesn't allow him to dominate the lane as much, although it gives him a lot of versatility in so far as the movement speed and the team fights and counter-ganking are concerned. So let's get back into it. Yeah, so Invoker's having a little bit of trouble, but looks like a little bit of a gank's coming on. Earthshaker drops stun, but melt damage does a lot of damage to PG, but the Refraction just gets owned by the Venomancer, and NS comes in with a nice counter gank, and looks like, yep, PGG will get the first fight, so well done. Nice counter gank by the Crystalmane, and that's what happens when you put a Venomancer against Crystalmane, or against a TA, sorry. Refraction just gets totally owned as Earthshaker drops a Rage Fissure. He's really pissed off that he couldn't protect his fair lady, but it's all good. Actually, it's not so good for the EMC team because they need to get... And PGG drops another Poison Strike on him, and he's going really aggressive, but now it's a great time for Waga to TP back in, so well done by Waga getting a nice gank. And meanwhile, there's some action on the top lane. Looks like NS, God, and Dread come in for the gank. And looks like Vengeful Spirit will go down to NS, so well played by the Scourge. So right now it's 2-1. Of course, M5 did get the first split gold, so that'll help them a lot, and most importantly, it'll get them a lot of experience. And that's what they're really going to need to have for their upcoming mid-game pushing strategy to come into full effect. So, you know, let's check out this TA a little bit. 15-12, and it's level 6, so you can see that she's dropping some traps, get some vision on the high ground, vision on popular ganking strategies. Looks like Dread wants to take this opportunity to start pushing. You can see he picked up a troll creep, and those skeleton warriors are pretty powerful in terms of pushing. Meanwhile, just a little bit of minimap juking, letting me think there was some action, but actually the action is up top where Ursha gets a beautiful block, and what a spectacular block, and Vengeful Spirit gets the last hit. A little bit unnecessary by the Vengeful Spirit. I'm sure he wanted the Visage to get the last hit, but Vengeful Spirit getting the last hit will help get some boots. I mean, as you can see, 6 minutes into the game, Vengeful Spirit is still level 2, so that's going to hurt quite a bit. You really want to have some boots, maybe finish up that magic wand, start getting some wards, and his roaming hasn't been too effective so far. I mean, mostly it's Earthshaker's roaming, and you can see that Earthshaker is still level 4, so getting that gold in Vengeful Spirit will help a little bit, and you can see you use that gold to pick up Observe rewards. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Vigoss is doing out with the Beastmaster, is still getting outlaned quite heavily by the Beastmaster. So that's a little bit of a surprise. Shackle Shot is fired off, but it does miss, and the boar will die, so a little bit of miss micro there, but he's more concerned on surviving himself and juking from the Shackle Shot spots, and looks like PG gets trapped, but, you know, the residual damage of the Poison Sting just owns Refraction completely, and PG gets a nice Venomous Scale onto the Earthshaker, and let's see if there's a follow-up fissure. No, PGG will be able to escape just fine. Not really escape, but feel free to keep farming and keep owning this Lanaya. So, again, really nice lane call by NS or Dread, one of the two. And looks like this Vengeful Spirit is getting owned by God in the secret shop. Nice tornado is dropped by God, and let's see if we can get him a couple more hits. One more hit. Oh, nice magic wand by the Vengeful Spirit. Let's see if he can still escape, but God has the extremely high movement speed, and he just managed to get that, so almost got away, that Vengeful Spirit did, but looks like God might pay the price with his life. Visage drops the nuke. Let's see if Invoker can drop a Ghost Walk. Just barely drops the Ghost Walk. He was probably invoking that all the while, and wastes a little bit of time by the Lanaya. Meanwhile, a kill happened on bottom, killing the Beastmaster, with NS gets the kill with the help of Vigoss, so that will help Vigoss start to win this lane back, although you can see he's still quite down on the quick kills, and him not getting a hero kill will certainly not help matters, but this Crystal main is getting a couple of hero kills, so that's a little bit surprising. You can see that she has boots, and is already level 6 8 minutes of the game, which is pretty unusual for a Crystal main player in a sort of jungle support tri-lane-ish role. But nice job being ganked, and nice Poison Nova haste through. This TA is totally screwed. Dropped the dust, dropped the Poison Nova, and looks like Dread tried to get the KS, but Dread does go down by the Visage. Nice counter gank by the former Druidz team, EMC, and they managed to pick off the hit center, which is a nice chunk of change for that Beastmaster. So good counter ganks all around, and the Lanaya gets a nice trap off. Throws the axes, fissure. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of waste of an ultimate right there. I mean, that Soul Assumption would have definitely killed. And now Windrunner will be able to escape because there is no Rexar ultimate, so a little bit of misplay by Reese right there. Maybe, I don't know. I guess he really wanted that kill. He wanted to get revenge on that Crystal main for killing him bottom lane. That's my only thing, and you know, NS for being a notorious support. Yes, I totally stole that from Mungosu Gamer's thread, but whatever. So, the notorious support NS does die, and looks like a little bit of lull in the action. 9 kills in 9 minutes. Pretty standard in an M5 game. And looks like, let's check out God's farm. You can see that with, you know, a lot of ganking going on, God's been able to pick up his farm quite a bit. He also got that kill on the Vengeful Spirit with the almost juke, but looks like Tia is going to farm top, try to get fast blink dagger. Let's see if he's gonna go for Vanguard. I wouldn't advise Vanguard. Maybe he just was getting it to counteract some ward and some Venomance or harass, and maybe he'll pick up some treads or phase boots. Probably phase boots because that's preferred build of choice on Lanaya. Meanwhile, Visage still is close to treads. Vigoss has pretty much nothing, but is coming around. Looks like a gank on the Chen. They want to search out the Chen jungle, but Visage is actually the one who gets hurt down because of a nice counter gank by G. Manages to get the hit on him, and defensive roar gets the Crystal Main, but it doesn't matter because God gets a double kill, and that's really, really problematic. You don't want to get Invoker any sort of levels at all. And a brilliant Shackle shot onto the creep. Was hoping to catch a Vental Spirit along with the Earthshaker, but the Earthshaker will most definitely die to PGG. Well done by the M5 team, and constant team fight, constant action is still happening as typical in M5 game. Vental Spirit is dropping all her spells before she dies, manages to get off a missile, and a brilliant Shackle shot by Vigoss right there, and that Poison Nova again will just drain all of the refraction charges. So I don't know what the pick orders were, if Venomancer was picked before the TA, and God Tornado should be able to get the hit. Oh, he melds up the hill, so nice job. And there's no dust, so looks like Waga might be able to pick off the Venomancer, but a cold snap on the TA, but she does melt, she has refraction, and there's no Venomancer to drain away all those refraction charges. And let's see, yep, God does get stunned by the birds, and he is out of mana, he cannot Ghost Walk, and now he's totally fucked. And he does die to the Visage Soul. Although some of the aggressive ganks by EMC have gone awry, their counter ganking has been really on point, so pretty impressive by the EMC team. And Lanaya is still farming, still hasn't gotten any new items as of yet, but more importantly, they've picked up a lot of experience. You know, their Vental Spirit was severely underleveled, Earthshaker hurt level 6, Beastmaster level 8. Meanwhile, PGG was owning that Lanaya pretty hard, but you can see for all those troubles he only has a Wraith Band. Let's check out his gold really fast. You can see the highest creep kills in the game does belong to God with 39 creep kills, and gold check, nothing really significant. Waga has 900 gold. I was about to say guild. I don't know. That was pretty fail by me. Noda's really close to any items. I mean, Dread picked up a headdress, is going for that mechanism, obviously. Looks like God is going to go for a Force Staff, so a lot of utility items for this Invoker, so that's a little bit surprising. I mean, this is a standard Invoker build, but you want a little bit of insurance when you have pretty much no physical DPS outside of maybe Windrunner. But again, that fits into the Moscow 5 strategy of win this game in the first 30 minutes, or I think we're pretty much fucked by this TA, who will get pretty fat. And TA picked up the tread, so that's a little bit unusual. Usually I like the mobility on the phase boots and giving her even more damage for that blink-in meld combination. But I guess TA felt the need to pick up those treads for a little bit more survivability. I mean, they're agility now, but she can switch them to strength treads anytime she wants. And she's been hurt by Venomancer quite a bit, and a nice ward is dropped. Looks like Infraction is popped. Magic Missile dropped on the Windrunner, but a Poison Nova slows pretty much everybody. Reese comes in with a Wild Axe and a Roar, but doesn't manage to get any kills. It looks like Reese is going to be the one to fall. A Sentry Ward is dropped by the M5 team, preventing Lanaya from dying. But looks like Visage actually managed to get a kill on Vigoss, but NS gets a double kill with a Nova, gets the Visage and the Vental Spirit, and NS carry Crystal Main all the way. See if Venomancer does die to the Templar. Yep, Templar does manage to pick up the Venomancer, and NS doesn't have any vision right now with the high ground, so he can't help his team. And let's see if NS is going to die. Earthshaker does not have enough mana for the fissure, but the bird is at its minimum damage.